Hello, it is Thursday, and this is Bad Blood. And that wasn't a good start. The intro wouldn't play correctly for me. I had to click it like 3 times. Oh well, what are you going to do? How's everybody doing?
Good.
All right. Tonight, even though it looks like I'm the only one, my compatriots aren't going to make it. We are talking all about the red shirts and obviously the embeds. So it's going to be rules, how to not be that guy and how we're going to help you to not be that guy. So let's go around the room. Nesbitt, what's going on?
Oh, not much, guys. I'm living the dream, living on the high life. So it's a great time. It's a great time in my house.
Good. Buck, how you doing?
I am doing wonderful. I am currently at work. As per you guys always know, I'm here. I live at work. Rocking and rolling.
Good. Mark, what are you up to?
Finishing up the school year, looking forward to summer, better weather. Can't wait to get out there.
Yeah, that would be nice. Doc, how you doing? We haven't seen you in a while.
Living the dream. Just got a break from a lot of work, so I'm just happy to be here.
Why do we all have to be working? It sucks. Hey, well, how you doing?
Doing better. Just done being sick.
And broken.
Yes, sick and broken. You feeling all right?
Much better.
I mean, you're all hunched over, but that's kind of normal. So, rules, red shirts, how to deal with the embedded referee system with Bad Blood. For anyone who doesn't know, this is your first Bad Blood. You didn't really have any interactions with embeds. I don't know. We're kind of different from most Airsoft bigger production games, where each team has a couple. What do you want to call them? I hate the term ref because I just get called ref all day long. Not really referees, but like you're kind of
babysitters,
games keepers, I guess. Make sure everything.
Game coordinators,
yeah, circus tamer,
shit show coordinators.
I like coordinator. That works. But so basically,
game coordinator.
Every faction has a couple guys or girls who are assigned to basically, like I said, referee each team. Also in charge of your respawn triages. They're the ones who deal with any kind of petty arguments that happen on the field, things like that. So they're there to be the, basically my eyes and ears for when I can't get to a location quick enough and to help the players to stay safe and enjoy their time. Nesbitt, this is your first stint as an embed, isn't it?
Second. I was an embed last year. Yep.
You were?
Yep. I was voluntold into it.
That's right. So, okay. Yeah. How do you feel about the role?
I loved it. It's interesting going from I want to kill everything to hold up a minute, guys. Now we got to take a look and play fair. And then right back to I'm going to kill things. So it's very interesting. I like it. It keeps my ADD brain rolling.
Good. I'm glad. Buck, you have the rare benefit of I hate the term. You're an op 4. We'll call you're an op 4 embed.
Indeed.
So
I've got a very special role.
Yeah. So without giving away, tribal secrets, how does that kind of fit with what we're doing?
So for embedding, when it comes to especially running for my guys, it's mostly a lot of me policing, making sure that everybody's calling their hits, everybody's respawning properly, making sure my guys aren't getting into too bad of an area, making sure that the game is progressing, but also, making sure that you guys aren't getting into areas you guys aren't supposed to be in, or getting into areas you guys are not needing to be in. I guess it helps. I gotta occasionally help in with the refs and help direct you guys, just because there can only be so many people in a spot.
I will say one thing. This is going to sound disparaging. It's not meant to be for anyone who's been at Bad Blood for more than 6 or 7 years. The caliber of players we have these days kind of understand the idea of the embeds, I feel, better than before, where, pardon me, there were times in my early days with Bad Blood where if I was trying to diffuse a situation or enforce a rule against a rival team, I was not listened to, taken seriously, anything like that. Where nowadays, if Nesbitt comes up to AWOL's team, they're still going to listen to what he has to say, which is good. That really wasn't the case years and years ago. AWOL, have you ever had a situation where you had to deal with rival embeds, and how did you sort that out?
I mean, there was last event. My favorite part where it was tan and we had obviously green, and we were pinned, and me and Joker went to discuss a solution, and it was hilarious because everybody from his team and my team, oh my God, they're gonna fight, but obviously, me and Joker have a relationship there, and we obviously discussed, and we walked away both with a solution. The year before, there was so we had an issue where one guy didn't call his hits, and it was kind of a touchy situation because obviously me being CO, and it was CO on CO, so there were there's stamps to get there, and we came to a solution, and we're able to walk away with everybody happy. Versus obviously the well that team got the advantage or this or that, but we were able to discuss it, and everybody was able to walk away happy.
Awesome. Yeah, we haven't really had any issues of people kind of gaming the system, which is great. It makes everybody's life so much easier. It's so much more fun that way. So yeah, I'm glad that you guys can come together and figure out how we're going to fix this problem, and everybody will go their separate ways and then get back to killing each other. So now, Doc, what about you? You ever had to deal with that? I mean, assuming though, because your multicam is invisible, so if they can't see you,
I mean, if they could see us, they'd be jealous of how good we look. First of all, let's just point that out. Okay. Second of all, these moments happen all the time. I've had a moment where I just called out and walked to Joker, and we just had, hey, just walk the other way. Sure. And then you just split it up and you diffuse the situation. I haven't had a terrible situation yet. Let's put it that way. Everything has been very agreeable. Let's diffuse the situation. Let's move on. Let's be drinking buddies later rather than let's have a fight.
Okay, here's a question that just randomly popped in my head since I have all three COs together. Since finally, since not everybody watches the live stream and not everybody reads the player packet, which they should.
Everybody does.
How do you guys prep your teams for how to deal with your friendly and rival embeds? Does that make sense?
Well, for me, I mean, there's a last call right before we go out. The embeds already know what to do. I mean, Brandon's done it before, but he understands the spirit of the game at the same time. So of people that have done it before, I don't pick someone randomly if I get the choice at times. Sometimes it's the same people coming back, so they already know what to do.
Yep.
No, that's not what I mean. I mean, like, how do you instruct your players who maybe not be as familiar with what an embed is supposed to do? How do you say, hey, these are the guys who are out there to do this throughout the day? Like, how do you explain what an embed's role is to the rank and file?
I don't think I've ever had to.
Oh, okay.
I pull them out right at the start of the game and I show them who the embed is. And these are the people you tattle to, and they handle the problem. Just walk away and, just move on.
Yeah.
Let them deal with the argument. That's essentially how we play with our faction. That's how I handle it in the beginning of the day. And then as it unfolds, as it always does, and you have alpha and alpha personality, you're going to get heated at some point. So just be responsible for your guys. Understand there's a friendship here that you're developing as well. You want to keep coming back, keep playing, keep competing. It's pointless to fight one another.
True. Mark, what about you? How do you introduce the idea of embeds to your guys?
Really, having only done it twice now, I haven't had that much opportunity, and it's something that I want to plan for a little bit better this year.
All right. I mean, you have, at least on your side, you have two of the more experienced embeds. Todd's been doing it for Todd, pipe in. How long you been doing this? Almost as long as me. And Joker's been an embed with Marxist since
19.
2019 to 18, 19. So yeah, you got some pretty experienced guys, which is great. So, hey, well, what about you? Do you have any way you address it?
Just right out of the gate, you know, that little bit of time, a little bit of briefing that I get before the game starts, I, you know, point out, hey, these are the embeds. If you got a problem, go to them. And, you know, mainly, obviously, hey, if you have a problem, come to me, and we'll try and, you know, we're trying to figure it out. We're here to have fun, not to argue. And, you know, at the end of the day, it's a game. Have fun with it. Don't be a dick.
So
Can I?
So which one of you guys tells everybody to aim at guys like this? Because one of you's doing it.
We all do.
No. Can I make an interjection on
Of
this
course.
whole since we're here on the channel and we're talking about embeds and red shirts. As an embed, and this will be my second year. My first year was loaded with, oh my God, that guy's not calling his hit. Look, he's right there. And he points at a crowd of like 15 or 16 people. I will not stop what I am doing to listen to, oh, it's the guy in green. Give me a description. I need to know more than the guy in green. Can you hit me with like the guy in green that has like the hat with the emblem on it? Be descriptive. Like, by all means, if you want me to fix it, which I love doing, I love correcting people productively. I love correcting people, but I need to know who I'm correcting. I'm not just going to address a large group unless it's the large group collectively doing it.
All right, that's good.
So,
okay, I dig it. So another factor. What am I thinking of? Another duty of embeds during the game, obviously, is manning the triage and releasing players to get back into the suck. But also part of your job is to spot check chrono. You ever had any problems with people? I personally have never had a problem finding somebody who was, cheating, had, upped their regulator or anything like that. I mean, you get your jewel creep once in a blue moon, it's forgivable. I'm not saying do it, but it's forgivable. Have you ever had any, times where people were just like, whoa, hey, what's going on here? Let's talk about this.
I have not personally had an issue with that. The only issue I had with trying to spot chrono people is I'm fat and I always choose the little guy. And by the time I'm about to get to him, he's like full sprint to an objective and I never catch him.
Well, I say that because, you're like, well, it's the green guy. It's the green guy.
Yeah.
How many times are you told they're shooting hot? Go check it out.
Oh yeah. Very, very frequently. Ow, that stung a lot more than I thought it should. Can you chrono check them? Yeah, sure. I'll be more than glad to.
Yeah, and then you find out it stung because the guy's using 40s. So yeah, it's gonna hurt.
Yep.
Welcome to Airsoft. But
9 times out of 10, I go, what weight are you running? And they go, huh? And I go, okay, let's chrono check, but I feel this coming.
Yeah, that's always been my biggest thing is, people screaming hot, hot AEG, and no, that's, they might be pushing that boundary, but they're within the letter of the law. So
yep,
not a whole lot we can do. So
yeah,
and then you guys who have, lever actions and stuff, they're problem children. We got to do something about that.
Those lever actions, especially with those short throw kits in them, you might as well make them a DMR. They're just pop, pop,
but hey, we have deemed that the lever actions are bolt action. They're allowed to have the higher FPS level if that's how you want to run, but it's your call.
Back up.
Yeah, right, exactly. Just
literally just back up.
Yep.
Buck, have you ever had to kind of interject against non-tribal people?
A couple times I've had to. Very few times. Most of the time it's been for spot checks. Especially the year I was in Tittman when we held that point. Pretty much every single push through the town, we had to spot check at least 2 or 3 people. But usually everybody was, unfortunately, running higher weight BBs and they sting. So
yeah,
what can you do?
most people I find are also pretty cool about being checked. I always like to try and be fair about it. I'll pick out, okay, AEG guy, pistol guy, HPA guy, you're with me, and make sure I'm making a point to check everybody, not just singling out, what people consider to be, problem replicas or anything like that. So
I guess it's kind of different for your situation because you have that time to be out there. I feel like for us, we have to definitely like take that second of like, okay, who's the problem? You're the problem. All right, you come with me. I'm going to take care of you so I can get back to my guys.
right. Yeah, that's true. The actual red shirts. Well, this year, thank God, we're going to have 3 of us.
Yeah.
Previous years, it was either just me, and Moondog was in staging. Every once in a while, he'd come out and do stuff, but 9 times out of 10, it's usually just me out there, and I can't be at every position all day long. So, where was I going with this? Yeah. So the red shirts we're not embeds. We're actual, honest to God, admins of the game.
That's
the
why
embed,
combat controller.
right? The embeds from each faction, while they answer to the one of the 3 COs down here as players, they still answer to the red shirts as far as rules control and stuff like that. So I know people have tried this before. They've tried to press against Sin and basically test his authority, and they're like, no. Embeds have the highest authority on the field. Just because they're not an admin, in walking around in a red shirt, doesn't mean that embeds have any less authority to say how this situation is going to go down. So I just want to make sure that's clear. So if an embed says this is a no, the answer is no. You're not taking it to their manager. That doesn't work here.
If you want to try, it's going to happen what usually happens every time that happens. If you try to escalate it, you're probably going to get booted off the field if you're in the wrong and you're just being a jerk.
Yeah. And hopefully that's not going to be a case this year. We're not going to have to do that. Everybody's going to follow along with how they should be. So I don't know. So Nesbitt, for you again, how do you feel about being an actual fighting participant who then just randomly, oh, I got to stop, I got a job to do? Like, how does your mind switch from one to the other? Because I've done it too, but I want to know how you feel about it.
Well, okay, so this is going to sound dumb, but it goes back to a lot of it I take from being a father, and I hear daddy, daddy, daddy when I'm in the middle of something, and my brain just snaps over to what's going on. It's the same thing. Oh, I need an embed. I need a ref. You're shooting hot. Those are like trigger words for me. I hear those and I'm like, the hell did you say? And then I focus on that. I'll stop what I'm doing. I'll disconnect my line, sling the LMG around my back, pull out my flag and address it. And then once that's addressed, I take a minute because 9 times out of 10, it's never a simple stop being an asshole. And then everything's Gucci. Usually it's an argument or somebody has something to say. You just take a minute, recompose the situation, evaluate the field, go do your thing. So for me, it's pretty easy to jump back and forth between the roles.
What about you, Buck? Being you're more the guerrilla warrior out there. How's that work going from sneaky peeky to, look at me, I'm over here, back to sneaky peeky?
It's definitely a fun time for me with that. I always end up having to like duck into. Last year I used the little water tents a lot to try to de-escalate situations, because if I need to be seen, I'm going to go to a public spot. If you don't want to see me, I'm going to disappear into the wood line.
That works. Okay, COs. You guys, even though obviously you're not the official embeds of your team, you're still the administrators of your faction. So your word is law as well. That we're not going to question that. Have you ever had times where like people just were not there for it, and you had to deal with your own team who just wasn't listening to how the game is meant to be played?
Yes, and especially after you figured out a solution to the problem, they continued doing it. Ugh.
We're just a little stupid. We don't know no better.
You just had like at that point you remove yourself from it. Like I have to go address it at that point. It's my guy, and I can see it. So that's essentially how you handle it. You just go up to the guy and tell him you got to cool off. You got to walk away. Just go to the parking lot. That's what I usually tell the guys if they get to a point.
Go to the food truck. Go
He's
to the
really-
food truck.
Yeah,
Is
there
the
you go.
best
Really good at
one.
4 hours
Go
in,
get
you're
a snack.
definitely angry at that point. Let it go.
Yeah. Mark, what about you? You ever had to kind of, drop that hammer on somebody?
Not yet.
Good. See, this is why black shirts, black and tan, and Marxists always kind of just knew what they were doing. To mess with them. That's why I don't know why people mess with them.
You try to say we're problem children over here? This would look good.
Hey, well, what about you?
I'll take it.
Listen,
I
if
don't
the
know.
flag
I-
sticks,
I've always kicked a guy off right before the game starts. Every event, the first thing I do is I sweep through and I look for goggles, and they always get pissed at me like it's a joke. Hey, you don't have full seal. Get off the field. And without fail, at least one guy every event, and he always looks at me like I'm a fucking idiot. Hey, sorry, safety's first.
I have to do that with my specific group of guys that are coming with me this year because a few of them love to wear Oakley M frames. So I stocked up on all of the little low profile full seal goggles I could, and I got them in my little admin box that'll be bringing with me on the field.
Wait, we can't wear the M frames even with the seals?
You can wear the M frames with the seals. If you don't have the seals and you try to be a sneaky little jerk and hide them and not use them, then it's a problem.
Yeah, but those seals are still not perfect either. I mean,
They're not enough. I don't like them, and I don't like the fact that people use them. People are going to lose their eyes to those freaking goggles. I don't like them at all.
yeah, I've seen some really
I
bad ideas before. Like, I think it was, Buck, I think you might remember. I think it was 2, maybe 3 years ago. Some dude came out with plumber's goggles. Talking about the the molded things. It's like,
I hate that they thought
They're construction rated.
Yeah, I hate that they think it's a great idea to try and fake the Halo kits with just a little tab that sits above it and just put those in, thinking,
I've never seen that. That's
Yeah.
People have gotten sneaky with it over the years because the Oakley M frames are notorious for not fogging. So I get
I'm
it.
a straight dick about it. Like, I will come up to somebody if they have Oakleys and stuff, and I will physically move their head to see if I can see the Halo kit instead of just the tab for the Halo kit.
Oh, yeah, no, I'll be
get off the field and instead of losing an eye.
Maybe like, hey, what you got up under there? How you doing?
maybe this is my own naivety, but why? Like, I this is a real question. Like, what is there to gain from doing that?
No fog.
They don't fog up.
It's just a simple fogging thing. Okay.
Yeah.
That is legitimately everyone's concern. Is fog.
And I will
Every time.
tell you, as somebody that runs the Oakley M frames with the heavy gasket, the big thick one that runs the entire border. It doesn't matter what X-Fog machine you use, what kind of anti-fog you use, they're gonna fog, period.
Yeah.
There's nothing I have found. I've tried even going through the lengths of buffing the lenses with jeweler's polish, like a lot of people are recommending, to get that like crystal clear film on it, and they still fog up after about 3 hours on the field. It doesn't matter. It's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen. Just, keep moving. Like, airflow is...
Thank you, Todsky.
Thank you, Todd. I mean, airflow will fix that. Just keep moving.
My guys use magnets with the felt on the inside.
Yeah.
Yep, you can buy those on Amazon.
You're not.
They're $15.
You're not in constant gunfight. You have downtime. Wipe them real quick.
Zip, zip, right across, dude.
I never thought about that. Yeah. All right.
They're nice. Honestly, now
have
that
to
you
look at
mentioned
that.
that, I'm buying it again.
Yeah, but
Because I lost one.
I never understood the idea of I'm going to purposely put my own body in danger for a game. Because let's be honest,
My eyes aren't important.
just a game. It's a big game. It's a fun game, but it's just a game. If you can't follow, this is just me. If you can't follow the simple principle of eye protection, please don't come. Seriously.
I mean, it all comes down to, you have both eyes and you're a bad shot to begin with. Think how bad you're going to be with one eye.
Doc, look
Yeah,
at you
fair enough.
to say about this.
I unfortunately I don't feel like being the CEO. What 3 years I've done it, 4 years now. I haven't come across an idiot not prepared with their goggles. However, I've seen at local fields where that's been the case, a dude going in and having his glasses and then putting the OSHA plastic
God.
and I was chuckling about that. Like, I'm like, dude, I'm with you. Ian. I really don't understand the eye protection not doing what's necessary.
If anybody remembers how I go out onto the field, I do wear glasses that are sort of like what you're saying. But my glasses are actually ballistic rated with the steel mesh sides.
And that is true. That could be done. And I'm not. This was a teenage kid. He wasn't. That wasn't ANSI rated.
It was plastic. It was one of the rubber ones.
It was what he was wearing to school.
Yeah, no, I paid good money to make sure that my goggles can actually withstand a 22. So I'm okay.
We can test that.
You know what else people forget about that I get really irritated about?
Yeah.
When they don't drink the water!
Stop yelling. Stop yelling.
All right,
Please drink water, guys. Hydrate.
Let's catch Phil up a little bit. We're talking about, obviously, rules enforcement, rules breaking. You've been out there more than enough times with me. What have you seen where you had to feel you had to just get involved, stop somebody, and basically, unfuck their nonsense? Can't hear you, Phil. Try again.
His microphone no work.
Yeah.
Take two.
Try again. He tries so hard. He did so good.
You can do it. Yes.
I believe.
Bibbidi babbidi.
We get Phil once a year, and this is what happens. Thanks, Phil.
Phil,
you had
we still
one
can't
job.
hear you, buddy.
One job.
Can you hear me?
One.
Yeah.
Oh, we can now. There we go.
Hey.
All right.
All right. It's always the top three offenders. It's iPro, which you guys have covered. It's Face Pro. And the other thing is, once again, that hot-headed nonsense, that somebody thinking that, Airsoft is so much cooler than it is, and you have to be, the big dog on the field when, come on, we're all out there just pretending to play Army with our friends. I mean, it's a game, and that's always the biggest problem that I have had is people just trying to be a lot bigger than they are, and they're starting problems for no reason,
Yeah, no. That's actually it in a nutshell. Yeah,
I feel that.
Yeah.
And going back, I know you guys covered this already. I always kind of thought of like the whole hierarchy on the field. It starts off with your embeds. Your embeds are pretty much dealing with that whole nonsense, that interaction nonsense. Your COs are kind of dealing with something a little more elevated because obviously they're probably more in the gameplay than the embeds. And then the red shirts are simply there to make sure that everybody is commingling correctly. If there's a big problem, if it ever elevates to the red shirts, then you know that it's a serious game problem. But normally, I have to say, for going back to when I was an embed to the past few times when I've actually had to be on the field as a red shirt, the embeds do a very good job at de-escalating and kind of just taking the nonsense and making people realize, hey, it's not worth getting kicked out of the game for this stupid little, this little battle you guys are having. Just so, in terms of how you should kind of embed to a new player, is simply just an on-field ref that is on your team. It's the best way to put it.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Yeah, perfect. Who did I usually volunteer you for to embed? Was it usually
I was
green?
Marxist. I did do Deus Ex one year, and I think ever since I've been kind of walking the field with you, and 2 years ago I actually had to take over for you because you weren't there.
That's right. That was not fun. So,
It's been fun. It's been a learning experience, but overall, I have to say that, in recent years, we haven't had many big issues. And I think the last year that I did it 2 years ago, in terms of hot shooting and stuff, I mean, we did chrono quite a few people on the field, and very rarely did we find anybody, shooting hot. Like I have to say, the past number of years, the bullshit levels have definitely come down.
yeah.
Like we were saying earlier, it mostly comes down to people like the highway BBs, man. People love their 4.0s and their 3.6s and 3.8s. It hurts, but you got to walk it off, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is a question really from my own mind, because I'm not an HPA user. Nothing against the platform, just not for me. For this is, I guess, to kind of educate the embeds and the red shirts who don't know, how does jewel creep work? Because I've had people tell it to me, and I've seen
Science.
I've seen it happen.
It shouldn't.
But
Science works.
Somebody
so-
who got through chrono perfectly fine.
Yep.
I then check them out in the heat of the day, and they're at like 410.
So-
Why?
So here's how it works, right? You fill your tank, it cools down. You chrono, usually you're chronoing in the morning, it's cooler temperatures, molecules are still all buzzing together. As the day warms up, molecules expand. So whatever your regulator is pre-charging is expanding when you go to take that shot throughout the day. So instead of getting like 60 PSI on one shot, now 3 hours later, your regulator is set at 60, but you're getting 64, 65 because of pressure expansion. So
if you're not going through the gas and not using it fast enough,
but
it's going to expand.
Even then,
Bad blood.
you're not going to go through it fast enough. You're not going to go through an entire 68 cubic inch tank of air fast enough to not experience some jewel creep when the temperature goes from 60 degrees in the morning to 91 in the afternoon.
Right. So I'm assuming the answer to this next question is going to be chrono lower.
Yes.
But is there any way to combat that other than don't tune your stuff to the bleeding edge of the restriction?
It's a limit, not a goal.
Yeah, like realistically, I mean, and a lot of people are going to cringe when I say it, and even I'm cringing because I am an air user. All my guns run off of air. It might just be a matter of saying, hey, if you're chronoing an HPA, don't put them at the field limit. They need to be under it by at least, I would say, but like,
good luck.
If chrono is 1.55, I think chrono should be like 1.48, 1.47 for HPA users to accommodate that expansion of air. So a little less, but not noticeable for most people, to be honest with you.
By creating different limits for different platforms, we're going to get that argument of we're anti-HPA. I think it's more if we're
anti-hurting people.
Sure, yeah, but if we keep it where it's at, it's more like, okay, you're at 1.55. How, and which is the limit? Great, good for you. You tuned your stuff nice. How about you roll it back a little bit, on your own, and us not make you roll it back. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You can either set it at the early day a little bit lower to compensate, or when I inevitably pick you out of 100 people running around acting like Army Joes, I'm gonna chrono you and mandate that you turn it down. Then just be kind. It's this game's about having fun. It's not about hurting people.
I mean, the conscious part of this is the chrono's open all day. If you're playing the entire day, hey, maybe halfway through the day, or half or a third of the way through the day, go back to chrono and just double check your gun.
Yeah, it's really that simple. I've experienced it with Bad Blood. It happens every time. We chrono in cool weather, and 2-3 hours into the game, we're all dying of heat stroke because it's 1,000,000 degrees.
Right.
Couple hours into the game, if you find an embed, just flag us down. Say, hey, maybe I want to check just to make sure I'm not hurting anybody. I want to have fun. We'll chrono you on the spot and retag you if we can.
Absolutely, yeah.
If not, just step off the field and get checked. I want people to have fun. I don't want people to get hurt.
Yeah, I think that's really the key thing that we need to stress. Every episode, which we always do, is this is a charity event to have fun. This isn't about you being airsoft god. It's about, like Phil said, it's about a bunch of guys and gals running around the woods playing army man with their friends.
Yep.
Just don't. To paraphrase Moondog and his original rule set, don't be a douche. Don't be that guy. Other than hurting people, the only person you're hurting is yourself, because we're going to find you and we're going to ask you to leave.
I'd say it again, and I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. It's a limit, not a goal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing. And thing is, nobody's above the rules either. Like AWOL, Doc, Mark, Nesbitt, you're all going to get chronoed.
Yep.
You're all going to probably get spot chronoed once or twice.
I actually last year I chronoed myself because I had a couple shots that hit the wall a little harder than I wanted them to. So I pulled out the chrono and I checked myself. I actually had to turn my regulator down. You get those as a Polar Star user or any air user, when your rounds hit something, you can tell if something's changed for the most part. When you chrono and you hear it hit the pillar that you inevitably try to shoot at every chrono, is that one target out in the middle of nowhere, and you go out into the field and you fire off a shot and you hear it crack off a board and it sounds a lot louder than it should. It's probably because you got a little bit of jewel creep going on.
Yeah.
And I'm probably going to call a lot of people out, and I'm sure I'm going to get criticized for this, but the hardcore mentality of bad blood has definitely creeped over the last years, and you don't get those players that are on the field all day long. So, dude, you're going back to your car to grab a water, grab a snack, grab lunch, stop by the chrono, take a few shots. If you have to adjust, just let somebody know, they'll adjust you. It's not like we're asking you to go out of your way across the field. You guys are heading past the chrono anyway. Just stop in, double check your weapon. That's all.
No, I agree. Yeah, and especially the past few years with the food trucks on site and the real nice staging area. There's just as many people hanging out as there are on the field sometimes, and it's great. I'm one of those guys. I like to be out there the whole time. That's because that's just the way I like to play. But everybody needs downtime. I have no problem with it. And as Doc put, if somebody's got an attitude, needs a little bit of adjusting, go get a burger. Go just chill out. Just walk away from this situation, fix yourself, and get on the radio and find us and come on back. It's not hard. So I don't know. There's no reason for even though it's going to happen, there's no reason for argument. There's no reason for tempers to get up. If you've got a problem, don't handle it yourself. You go to one of the guys in flags, go to one of us in a red shirt, explain your problem, and we're going to help you. That's why we're there. Okay. We want to make sure everybody's having fun, being safe, and not out there just to hurt. Hey, well, look, you got something to say?
No, I got nothing.
Okay, great. Thank you. Way to help.
It's a limit, not a goal.
Moving on.
I might actually put that on a shirt.
I don't know if you guys covered this already. Speaking about, temperatures flaring and everything else, have we covered standard procedure in terms of making sure you have enough water? Bringing your Poland Spring water bottle isn't always the best idea because, I know a lot of the hot edges come from people being dehydrated and not having enough water on the field.
Why are you dehydrated? Because no, sir. I'll tell you why. Because you're not filling the goddamn water.
That's my answer. Yeah, I mean, we try and cover it every week. Is yes, hydrate. Just like chrono is, it's a limit, not a goal. We're not kidding about the water requirements. You're right. Coming out there with a little Poland Spring in your back pocket is not hydration. It's an emergency sip is all that is, and don't count on the what are they called? Help me, guys.
Hydration.
Hydration
Hydration
stations.
to be your savior. It's come out there prepared, because those things run dry and they need to get refilled. Don't expect that to be your source of water.
I mean, that happened to me last event. We got
Did it
to
really?
hydration station. I was thirsty. I didn't have any bottled waters. I ran out. So I told one of my guys to go to the campsite and go grab a handful of them. And he came back with half a case of water and we started handing them out.
Yeah. I mean,
Hydration station.
you can go old school like, me, Phil, and Todd, and canteens work.
From dying.
Strap a couple of canteens to your belt. It's not going to hurt you. Hydration backpacks are not expensive. Just it's about player safety and making sure you don't be one of those guys who has to get carted off in the back of a truck. Just nobody wants that.
Most Army Navy stores I've been to has bladder inserts with the hose for less than $20. Majority of you guys run in plate carriers, have a backpack attached. Throw it in there and run the hose through your shoulder strap. Problem solved. You got 3 liters of water on tap like that.
Yeah. Todd's got a good point, and I've actually seen him do this in practice. Yeah, if at least on the black and tan side, if he has interacted with somebody more than a couple times and he hasn't seen them drink, he'll stop them and make them drink, or he's not going to reactivate him back on the field. And it's the right way to do it.
I think it should be a requirement at respawn. You want to respawn, you got to take a drink of water.
No, jeez.
Well, I mean,
I love it.
There are some type of events where that is your respawn method. Is you got to, down one
Down
of
a
those
bottle
8-ounce
of water.
waters. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not saying that's we have to do that, but you've got up to 10 minutes in triage at some time. It's not hurting you to take some water. It's really not. And there's a good chance that it's going to be not to tempt the wrath of the gods. It's hot out there, and you're going to be sweating. So it's not like you're going to need to be finding a tree every 20 minutes. You're good. Just drink the water. So, I don't know.
All right. Have you guys touched on on-field situations? I know in the past we always get that ceasefire BS going on.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good one, because that's one of my biggest pet peeves. Is something happens and then Billy gets on the radio screaming ceasefire, ceasefire. We don't know where that came from. We don't know what the problem is. Okay. Somebody rolls an ankle. Somebody gets hurt. They fall down the stairs of the castle. That's a problem. Absolutely. This guy's hurt. So you go to your embed and you say, Jimmy's hurt. He needs help. The embed will assess the situation. We are not medics unless you're Buck. They will assess the situation, and then they will make the necessary call. Do we need the gator to come out? Do we need worse than that? We're gonna cordon off the area to make sure this person isn't getting lit up, while they're laying flat on their back. But calling a ceasefire on a 1,000-acre field because somebody rolled their ankle on a stone wall, don't do that. Go to your embed, go to one of us and say, there's a problem. Somebody's hurt. We need to address it. We all have radios. Phil, me, and Sin, we're going to have radios that are directly to EMR themselves. If we need an evac, they're there in 5 minutes or less. So
I would like to think in the years of helping to run this game, we have pretty much perfected crowd control in terms of getting players in and around situations. So not the fact that we have to stop a game for something like that, but we can direct players away from that. Calling a ceasefire does two things. It makes everybody crazy, and it really creates chaos and makes it more difficult for us to locate and pinpoint the exact problem area.
Yeah. There's one thing also, since you unfortunately missed last year, Phil, we've learned from our own mistakes, and we've cut off even more of the field that was either just not tactical or just dangerous. That part of the field that I like to call the goat path. You know, I'm talking about that long hill with the crater to the side of it, completely out of play.
Oh, but that was your favorite place to go.
No, it wasn't, because I've gotten stuck down there too. But yeah, so you know, we're learning. We're making sure that we present enough of the field where it's still big enough to hold the amount of players we're expecting for this game, and you're not going to be right on top of each other, and there's still maneuverability, there's still terrain, without putting people into a situation where they're gonna get hurt. It's just that simple.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. Is Tim still identifying any, on scene paramedics or first responders or anything like that, or are we handling everything through EMR?
Oh yeah, absolutely. He has EMR has a team of local paid paramedics.
I know
who are on site.
Given out, we've identified any playing nurses or doctors. I don't know if that's still in play. I guess part of the thing here is, I know a big thing that was always pressed in the past is, for mainly insurance reasons, if you are not a doctor, a nurse, or a first responder, try to help anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
And get some attention.
What I've been asked in the last few years is, like I said, EMR does have proper paramedics on site ready to go. And I also have asked anyone who has real medical training.
Correct.
Like Buck and his team, they're all professional EMTs. Last year, we actually had an Army medic who was out there. We've had Navy corpsmen before. Make yourself known to me or you, and then we will take you to Tim to see if he wants to give you something that lets you stand out as a medic, someone who can do very, very basic, what's the word I'm looking for? Triage, really. Basically, somebody, because remember a few years ago, a guy fell down that hill, broke his leg.
Yeah.
We need a real medic to stabilize them before we can get them out of that crevasse. You know what I mean? So just because you've got a Red Cross patch that came with your JFAC that you bought on Amazon, you're not a medic. Please don't present yourself as somebody who has advanced medical training, because you're just you're gonna unfortunately do more damage than good. So yeah, real trained, honest to God medics only, please.
And those are the situations that, that's when embeds really come into play, because the embeds are going to be the ones that are going to be directing, hey guys, we're going to take everybody, we're going to move them away from this area, take the gameplay this way, kind of isolate that area. Once again, not really a ceasefire, but we're just kind of isolating that particular area for the safety of that player and getting the correct response in terms of first aid to him. So,
right. Where was I going with this? I had a thought. Oh yeah, right. You're saying about the players. So to kind of wrap it up, I do want to cover things that aren't rules based. Tickets are moving pretty good, which is making me happy. So if anybody has a real need to be on a very specific squad, get your tickets bought now, because things are going to sell out. Make sure you get your spot that you want on the team you want to play for, the CO that you want. The three of you guys
excuse me.
You guys all approach the way you run your
team pretty nasty
differently. So I want people to take advantage of that. I'm not saying don't go Deus Ex, that's fine, but like maybe you've done that a couple years and you want to see how the other people run, try somebody else, unless you're diehard and you have to go in invisibility camo. That's fine. I'm fine with it.
It's all about the patch, baby. And it's coming back this year. Just saying.
All right. You know what? Patches are great.
We all like patches.
Go ahead. I know you want to say it. What do you got, Brad? Oh, you
winners, baby.
About the patches? Okay.
Winners, baby. Just remember that.
See, Nesbitt's got that great patch there, but it's not really accurate, is it?
It is 100% accurate.
Mm-hmm. But So is this.
That was from. If you see the year there,
Yeah.
Can you see the year on that?
Is that a real patch?
Yeah.
Uh,
That's a real patch.
in all fairness, I'll give this one to Ian. I actually have one of those, and I played for Deus Ex.
I got one too. They were
welcome.
very nice. That's why I gave him one of my patches.
No,
too.
no, you didn't give
Come
me
on,
one.
Reed.
I
From the
won
Airsoft
one.
piece.
I won one from one of your green boys who decided to gamble it on a rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, see, that's how it's supposed to be. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's cold, but I like it.
So last thing I want to cover is 2 weeks ago we did our first giveaway for some shot show exclusive Evic patches and some Moondog swag. This was the giveaway. Let me show everybody.
Oh,
Right now, I don't know what went wrong. I don't know. Maybe I was not as popular as I wish I was. Only 2 players entered themselves into the raffle. So in fairness, they are both going to get a set of patches and defog.
yes!
So I'm very happy about that. So I'll be sending out, a couple packages in the next few days, and we will be doing another giveaway. So let me show the patches one more time. We got these cool exclusive Evic patches, some Moondog defog, and what are these glasses again? What are they called? They're perfectly rectangular and flat.
They're what the hell is it called?
Sensor bars?
It's not the sensor bars. It's the
Redacted.
Redacted sunglasses.
Thank you,
That's
thank
what it
you,
is.
Thank you. So yeah, and these are the patches. They do exist. They're in my hand. They're real. And so hopefully this video plays. This is how you can sign up for the next giveaway. Okay, so let me check our schedule real fast because we're getting down to the wire. Game's coming soon, so we're going to be increasing the frequency of the streams. Let's see, when is our next stream is going to be? Give me 1 second. Oh, I just went really bright, didn't I? Come on. All right. So today is the 7th. Yeah, our next episode is going to be in 2 weeks, the 21st. And we're going to be talking all about I'm calling it the bonus round. We're going to be talking about the night op. We're going to be talking about dead blood. And then, our normal nonsense. So you got 2 weeks to subscribe to New York City Airsoft YouTube if you haven't already. Send in proof of your subscription. Get yourself in for the next raffle. And yeah, it's going to be great. So let's take it around the room one more time. Nesbitt, what you got going on the next couple of weeks?
Gearing up for school and hydrating.
Good. AWOL?
Now that nicer weather's here, I'm gonna pull my gear out and actually use it.
Yeah, I wish. Phil?
I gotta dig my gear out. Luckily, I don't need much, just a red shirt and my canteens. But gotta dust those canteens off.
I'm thinking about bringing out my 1911 just to make sure people are staying honest.
I could always bring the hater that you had a few years ago.
Oh yeah, those things are so much fun. They make a red one. I've been thinking about getting the red one.
Oh my goodness, the band hammer.
Yeah. Mark, what are you up to the next few weeks?
Well, just be gathering up the gear and getting ready.
Good.
And
And
try to get a little better shape.
And we'll play some local fields, get out and get some people going.
And of course, we're going to hydrate, read the player packet front and back, and we're just going to have a great time. So that being said, I'm Ian. These are my friends, and this is Bad Blood.